The 1970s saw the birth of remote work. It wasn't pretty. Offices were filled with shag carpeting, wood paneling, and the hum of a single computer terminal. Men in leisure suits used rotary phones, and the stress of the office environment was palpable. The idea of working from home was almost unheard of, and the technology was rudimentary at best. Imagine disco suits and dial-up internet. The technology was slow and unreliable, making remote work a challenging endeavor. People were still getting used to the idea of computers, and the internet was in its infancy. The concept of telecommuting was more of a futuristic dream than a practical reality. Jack Nils, a NASA engineer, coined the term telecommuting. He envisioned a world where people could work from anywhere, reducing the need for daily commutes and office spaces. His ideas were revolutionary, but they were met with skepticism. After all, how could people work effectively without being in the same physical space? He wanted to ease traffic and save energy. The daily commute was a significant source of stress and wasted time. Traffic jams were a common sight, and the environmental impact of so many cars on the road was becoming increasingly apparent. Nils saw telecommuting as a solution to these problems. The 1973 oil crisis made his idea look good. Gas was expensive. Long lines at gas stations and skyrocketing fuel prices made people more open to alternative ways of working. The economic and environmental benefits of telecommuting started to gain attention. People started to rethink the daily commute. The idea of spending hours in traffic each day became less appealing. Urban planners and policymakers began to explore ways to reduce congestion and improve quality of life. Telecommuting was one of the solutions on the table. Working from home was still rare. The technology was basic. Home offices were makeshift setups, often in spare rooms or basements. The tools available were limited, and the idea of a fully functional home office was still a long way off, but the seeds of change were being sown. People used fax machines and landlines. Communication was slow and cumbersome compared to today's standards. Sending a document could take hours, and phone calls were the primary means of communication. Despite these limitations, the concept of remote work continued to evolve. It was a far cry from today's Zoom calls and Slack messages. Modern technology has made remote work seamless and efficient. Video conferencing, instant messaging, and cloud-based collaboration tools have transformed the way we work. The vision that Jack Nils had in the 70s has become a reality. But the seed was planted. The early efforts and ideas laid the groundwork for the remote work revolution we see today. The challenges and limitations of the past have been overcome, and the benefits of telecommuting are now widely recognized. A new way to work was on the horizon. The evolution of remote work continues, and the future holds even more possibilities. As technology advances and our understanding of work-life balance improves, the way we work will keep evolving. The journey that started in the 70s is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Before we continue, if you are enjoying this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive future updates. The 1990s and 2000s were a time of massive technological change. The internet went mainstream. We got email, laptops, and cell phones. Remember dial-up? Good times. Not so much. However, the introduction of the broadband internet was a game changer. Suddenly, working from home became more feasible. Video conferencing, though janky at first, emerged as a way to connect with colleagues. Cloud computing let people access work files from anywhere. The tools were in place. Remote work was becoming a reality for more people. By the 2010s, remote work was gaining traction. Collaboration tools improved, making it easier for teams to stay connected and productive no matter where they were located. Video conferencing software, project management tools, and instant messaging platforms became essential parts of the modern workplace. These tools allowed employees to communicate in real time, share files seamlessly, and collaborate on projects as if they were sitting in the same office. Companies embraced flexible work arrangements, recognizing the benefits of allowing employees to work from home. This shift not only helped in reducing overhead costs but also provided employees with a better work-life balance. Many companies started to see the advantages of remote work, such as increased employee satisfaction and retention. Flexible work policies became a key factor in attracting top talent, as more professionals sought jobs that offered the freedom to work remotely. A 2015 study by Nicholas Bloom showed a 13% productivity boost for remote workers. This study, conducted at a Chinese travel agency, provided concrete evidence that remote work could lead to significant productivity gains. The findings were widely publicized and sparked a broader conversation about the potential of remote work to transform the traditional office environment. Companies began to take note, and many started to experiment with remote work policies to see if they could replicate these results. Workers who had the opportunity to work remotely saw a 22% increase in job satisfaction. This boost in morale was attributed to the flexibility and autonomy that remote work provided. Employees were able to create their own schedules, work in comfortable environments, and avoid the stress of commuting. As a result, they were happier and more engaged in their work, leading to better performance and higher productivity. Companies like GitLab and Zapier went fully remote, setting an example for others to follow. These companies demonstrated that it was possible to build successful, fully remote organizations. They invested in the right tools and technologies to support their remote teams and fostered a strong company culture despite the physical distance. Their success stories inspired other businesses to consider the benefits of going fully remote and to explore new ways of working. Others, like Yahoo and IBM, pulled back on remote work policies. These companies cited concerns about collaboration and innovation, believing that in-person interactions were crucial for their success. They argued that being physically present in the office fostered a sense of community and facilitated spontaneous brainstorming sessions that were harder to replicate in a virtual environment. This decision sparked a debate about the effectiveness of remote work and whether it could truly replace the traditional office setting. It was a time of experimentation. Companies were trying to find the right balance between remote and in-office work. Some adopted hybrid models, allowing employees to split their time between home and the office. Others experimented with flexible hours and remote work incentives. The goal was to find a solution that maximized productivity while keeping employees happy and engaged. This period of trial and error led to a variety of innovative work arrangements and set the stage for the future of work. The debate over the future of work was heating up. Experts and business leaders weighed in on the pros and cons of remote work, with some advocating for its widespread adoption and others cautioning against potential downsides. Discussions centered around productivity, employee well-being, company culture, and the long-term sustainability of remote work. As more data became available, the conversation evolved, with new insights and perspectives shaping the ongoing debate. Little did we know, a global pandemic was about to settle the argument, at least temporarily. The COVID-19 pandemic forced companies around the world to adopt remote work almost overnight. Office buildings emptied as employees set up home offices and adjusted to the new normal. This sudden shift provided a real-time experiment on a global scale, offering valuable insights into the feasibility and impact of widespread remote work. The pandemic accelerated the adoption of remote work and reshaped the future of work in ways that are still unfolding today. 2020, remember that? The year the world stopped. COVID-19 forced everyone inside, offices closed, working from home went from a perk to a necessity. It was a crash course in remote work for millions. By 2021, nearly 3 times more people worked remotely compared to 2019. 17.9% of Americans worked from home, up from pre-pandemic levels. The pandemic normalized remote work. It showed that yes, work can happen outside the office. After the pandemic, companies tried to figure out this whole work thing. Some embraced remote work, others not so much. In 2024 and early 2025, companies started ending their remote work policies. Employees had to be in the office at least 2 times a week. This caused disconnection, attrition, and cultural concerns. Some speculated it was about layoffs disguised as a return-to-office mandate. This reversal was a sign. The honeymoon phase of remote work might be over. Why remote work is great. Let's be real. Working from home has its perks. No commute, you can wear pajamas all day, productivity can increase, you can save money on gas and lunches, and you can finally get a dog, or another cat, no judgment. Remote work opens up opportunities for people who live far from offices. It allows for a better work-life balance. You can exercise at lunch or pick up your kids from school. The flexibility can be life-changing. The downside of distance. Working from home isn't always sunshine and rainbows. It can be isolating. Zoom fatigue is real. And let's not forget about the distractions. Honey, where are my keys? Can you help me with my math homework? It's enough to make you miss water cooler talk. Communication can be tricky. Building relationships with colleagues takes effort. Performance evaluations need a rethink. And don't even get me started on cybersecurity. Remote work presents challenges. It requires adaptation from both employers and employees. What the future holds. So what's next for remote work? As we look ahead, the landscape of work is evolving at an unprecedented pace, pushing companies to rethink how they operate. Remote work, once a perk, has become a necessity for many. But what does the future hold for this new way of working? It's a bit of a mystery. While some predict a full return to traditional office settings, others believe remote work will become the norm. The reality is likely somewhere in between. Companies are experimenting with different models to find the right balance. Some companies are all in. They see the benefits of remote work, such as increased productivity, lower overhead costs, and access to a global talent pool. These companies are investing in technology and infrastructure to support a fully remote workforce. Others are dragging their heels. They worry about the challenges, such as maintaining company culture, ensuring effective communication, and managing remote teams. These companies are more cautious, preferring a gradual transition or a hybrid approach. The future likely lies somewhere in between, a hybrid model that combines the best of both worlds. This approach allows for flexibility, giving employees the option to work from home or come into the office as needed. It also helps companies address the challenges of remote work while still reaping its benefits. One thing is certain, the traditional office isn't coming back in the same way. The way we work, where we work, and how we interact with our colleagues have all been transformed. The office of the future will look very different from what we are used to. The genie is out of the bottle. Remote work has proven to be effective, and employees have grown accustomed to the flexibility it offers. There's no going back to the old ways entirely. Remote work is here to stay, in some form or another. Whether it's fully remote, hybrid, or something else entirely, the future of work will be more flexible and dynamic. Companies that embrace this change will be better positioned to attract and retain top talent. As we navigate this new landscape, it's crucial to find solutions that meet the needs of both employees and employers. By fostering a culture of trust, investing in the right technology, and being open to new ways of working, we can create a future of work that benefits everyone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive future updates.